What's up? It's PA Piz. Welcome back to Joints, and Drugs. Tonight I'm going to tell a quick story about being in the county jail and a little bit of a Christmas miracle happening to me. But I got lucky, you see. Anybody else, if you're in my shoes, don't do what I did. Just take your time, go through, and just get done. Don't get involved in the bullshit. Especially if you're still in active addiction or in early recovery. So, I was in the county and I was gone away for about 2 months at this time. I was fighting a case. I was already on paper for something else. And so I couldn't make bail. And Christmas was coming up. It was December 23rd. I'll never forget it. I was in the hole. And while in the hole, I was reading the scar tissue book, the Anthony Kiedis, and he was talking about how he used to have Flea's sister fucking suck him off. But what he'd do is he'd have her go to the bathroom, fill her mouth up with some nice warm hot water, and then come running back in. As he took a blast, she'd start sucking him off again. And as I'm reading this, I'm thinking of how fucking awesome it'd be. I hear somebody coming onto the block. Now, I had a cellmate down here. I called him Wolverine. Because he was just, hadn't had a haircut, beard shave, nothing in months. And he was just, wild looking. He had hair all over his chest, his arms, fucking everything. He was just a fucking animal. And, anyways, while we were down there, I hear somebody come in, and I see it's my boy. Well, he throws me a signal, and I knew he had something. So, I say to Wolverine, yo, you trying to, get high? And he was, fiending at this point. He was still detoxing. And he, wigged out, freaking out, smashing the cell. He was smashing his head up against it and shit like that. So they put him, down there. And, anyway, while being down there, and he was with me, I thought he was pretty cool. I was able to talk to the dude and calm him down. That's why, they put him in my cell, because I was able to talk to him and shit. So, me and him got some things together, and we sent them down to my boy. And as I passed through to go to the shower, he kicked it under. I slid my thing under. We did our thing real quick. And I come back to our cell, and it's probably about 2 grams of weed. And I was fucking as psyched could be. So, me and Wolverine end up pulling our, toilet paper, apart, rolling up fucking joints, and, holding them down. So, we waited till later that night. It was the night before Christmas, and that night, the block worker that came out, he was a Fed dude. This was a long time ago. I know he did a lot of shit. But anyways, it's beside the point. I hope the dude's doing good. He brought me up the newspaper. At the time, when you were getting the newspaper, they weren't taking out the cologne packets, the samples, you know, when they send them in the paper, and it's just a little like polo thing, and you smell a piece of paper. It's like, you know, you smell what the cologne smells like before you buy it. Well, anyways, in jail, if you take a piece of, you know, put a little bit of water on your finger and you rub it on, and you put it up over the vent, your whole cell will keep smelling like the cologne. And you could do this a bunch of times. So we blocked our door, put the thing up. You know, our cell was smelling nice and fresh. And thank God anyway, because Wolverine, like I said, he was a fucking animal. And I used to make him put his ass up to the cell door, but he'd have to fart. He would smell that bad. And anyways, we had to... He's like, how are we going to smoke this and they're not going to smell? He's like, what about the smoke? I'm like, I'm going to show you. And you know how you got to, when you want to smoke in the two-man cells, and you got to like jump up on the cell like this, up on the toilet like this with your ass, and it plunges all the water down. And then there's no water in there. And that's how you fish it through to the other cells, either higher or lower or whatever too. And anyways, we put a t-shirt over it, and we go up underneath the fucking t-shirt one at a time, and well, the others, you know, watching out. And we got fucking stoned all through the Christmas season. And then you know, I had gotten let out shortly after that. And it was, thank God I ended up, you know, beating my case down the road. And that time, you know, thank God I got lucky. I didn't end up getting caught up or anything, because I'd wanted to get out. And all we think about when we're in there is, oh, when I get out, I'm going to, you know, do this and this, and I'm going to help my family, and I'm going to, you know, stay straight, and I'm going to, you know, do this for this one and this for that one. And by doing that stupid shit in there, instead of just letting it rock, doing my little bid, getting out, I could have potentially lost everything yet again. Because you know what happens when they find you with you know, contraband in the jail. So thank God God was always, you know, watching out for me, and he always had my best interest. And I believe, you know, like I said, all of us have the potential and a high purpose, and I believe he's watching out over you too. And if you're still out there, you know, I know it's not easy, but you could do it. You could email me at Jones, JAWNS .joints, JOINTS .drugs, DRGS, know you, at gmail.com. Like I said, that could have potentially took my entire family away from me yet again. Took my freedom. I could have been sitting in there way longer. And it just wouldn't have been worth it. Over what? Over a couple of joints? Yeah, it might have been, you know, nice in the moment. And hey, maybe that was, you know, God's way of saying, take it easy, you'll be all right. This is for the holidays, but it was a stupid move. Just do your time, do your shit, get done, and do things right. I'm PA Piz. I wish you all the best of luck. Have a good night.